Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. So today I'm going to be flipping through the last half of March. I finally got it done. And yes, we are in the middle of April, and when you see this, it's probably toward the end of April. Oh dear me. Okay, so this book, sorry if there's a glare, this is my creative daily journal, whatever you want to call it. It's just a journal. I make it out of a composition book. That's all I do. Yeah, there's really nothing all that special about what I do. However, on the pages, and yes, they're wrinkled, and no, I don't care, but I glued 3 pages together, which in the end gives me enough for 2 months in each book. This is how I used to do my journaling a long time ago. This is, in fact, how I started out journaling because I just had a number of composition notebooks and still do, so I will continue to use them. This year I started, well, kind of reverted back to the way that I used to journal because, I just needed more like flat journaling, I don't know, it's just easier for me. So I don't know. Anyway, if you want to see an entire playlist of flip throughs from the very beginning, and if you watch those, you can see how my journaling has evolved through the years, and how I started out, then changes I made during those years, and then now I'm back to how I used to do it in the beginning, sort of, kind of. Anyway, if you want to see those, I do have a playlist called Flip Throughs on my channel. So this is where we left off, 15th and 16th of March. And now we go into this. Okay, so on St. Patrick's Day, oh my goodness, yeah, my husband had a procedure. It was like a drug trial thing at the hospital. So it ended up being a 12-hour day from start to finish. And his procedure itself, I think, took about 9 hours. So I was 9 hours in the car because of course, the pandemic. We're not allowed to go into the hospital with them. And yeah, so he was in there. I worked on a bunch of my journaling throughout the day. Yeah, the drug trial went like, I don't even know. It was a disaster at the end, but I just won't go into that. Anyway, he was like drunk-ish, for, I don't even know, close to 3 days. Yeah, it wasn't fun. This afternoon, though, while I was sitting in the car waiting, about noonish, I started getting a sore throat, and I was like, what on earth is going on? It's so weird. Now, we've had crazy allergy season here, crazy pollen amounts, and so yeah, I just thought it had to do with that. And yeah, so anyway, drove him home, got him in the house, fixed him up to, just rest on the couch. And yeah, at the end, though, I was so irritated. Well, I am going to go into it. I was so irritated in the end because, obviously they have like a roundabout, like a portico that you go and it's like a drive-through, right? And so they wheel you out just like at any hospital. You're in the wheelchair, and then somebody comes, me, to pick up the patient, And so all of a sudden I'm sitting in the car, and he had texted me and said, I'm just waiting to get discharged, blah, blah, blah. I'll be down soon. And I was like, okay. And so all of a sudden I'm sitting in the car, and I hear this, like bang on the door, and he has stumbled his way from the front of the hospital to my car. Now, granted, it wasn't very far, but in no way should he have been walking, And so later I found out I was so mad. Later, and then of course, it was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I won't go into the gross details, but he was very sick and it was horrible. Okay, it was horrible. And so but then on the way home, he was telling me, because I was like, I'm calling the hospital and someone is going to get a stern talking to. They should not have let you out of that wheelchair. And so he says, no, 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 I told him I was okay. And I said, it doesn't matter. They should not have let you out of that wheelchair. It was bad, guys. Anyway, we all survived, thank the Lord. And yeah, words cannot express, like, what the heck, it was crazy. Anyway, next day, so by the end of this day, remember, like, at noontime, my throat was hurting. By the end of this evening, I could hardly swallow. I didn't know what was going on. Next day, complete flu. Okay, now you might be wondering, do I have the big C? No. I had tested negative, like, I don't know, a week or so later, I think. I don't even know. It's in here somewhere. But anyway, yeah, full blown, okay? It was terrible, and I ended up having to stay home this day. Originally, I was just going to take this day off work to take my husband to the hospital, but then this day, he was still having the effects of the drug trial from the day before, so I called in sick to work, and I was supposed to be taking care of my poor husband, but I ended up being so sick. Like, I slept probably 8 or 10 hours this day off and on, and making kind of in between, making sure my husband wasn't falling over. And then it says here, teaching, the only profession where you have to do more work to call in sick than if you just suffered through it. And that's for my daughter, because she was actually out of town. Okay, she left on this day, this afternoon, I think, to go out of town, and she was taking Thursday and Friday off. And they brought in a sub for Thursday, but then Friday I was supposed to sub that day. And by this night, I had a fever. So, yeah, I had to call in sick on this day, which was not good. I felt so bad, because originally I had, of course, agreed to sub for my daughter, but there was just no way. I mean, no way. And especially, like, I can't go into school if I've had a fever. And if I haven't, like, I could have if I had not had a fever for 24 hours. Anyway, it was a partial bed day for me. Here is a little sick wheezette from Emmy Lou Arts. So cute. And stayed home again today. Yeah, I felt so bad for my daughter, because I was supposed to be in there subbing. The school doesn't have enough subs to cover classes. So anyway, that's a whole different story. But I can't be going into school spreading germs around. Yeah, this is like a rub-on sticker I got from the Dollar Tree. This is a magazine clipping. I was drinking loads of tea. And, yeah, forecast for today, unproductive with a chance of a nap, definitely. And my husband was doing a little bit better this day. In fact, I think he went to the store this day. He probably shouldn't have done that, but he did. So yeah, he's slowly coming out of his drugginess. Oh my gosh, yeah. And what he got was this, like, I don't know, it's some like exotic snail toxin or something is what he got. And I know it sounds bizarre and weird and all that, but his doctor really doesn't like opioids and narcotics and all that kind of stuff. So with this particular snail stuff, there's no like weaning if it doesn't work, or there are very few side effects. It's of course not addicting and all that kind of stuff, or addictive, all that jazz. So anyway, yeah, Big Handsome was not a fan of it, of the trial thing. It was pretty intense. So today we had a lot of TV, and I worked on Beauty Queen's Lark's Foot blanket. I had been working on that thing, oh my gosh, probably for a year, but it felt so good to crochet again. And then on this day here, I was still ill. Let's see, what day is it? This is a Saturday, yeah. So I was still feeling yucky, and I was taking it easy, and Big Handsome was back to his old high pain self, because the drug trial was just like for that period of time. He wasn't going to feel any lessening of pain afterwards, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so he's just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yeah, and on this day, I finished Beauty Queen's blanket, so yay. Drinking more tea. I actually had another tea bag, but I decided not to put it on here. This is just, behind this is just a collage of various things that were on my desk, stickers. This is from a desk calendar. That's also where I get my dates from, another desk calendar. This is from my sweet sister Karen down under, that little bunny. Yeah, so I just decided to do a little collage in here, a little bit of washi tape, and you know, that's what I do when I don't have a whole bunch to say. So there's that. And then on this day, if you recall, if you're on my channel, you know, or you watch my videos, you know, consistently, I had done, I think, a journal with me on a few of these pages, and this was one of them. And if you recall, I really only had this background in here. That was pretty much it, and I didn't really have much to say, so I just filled it up with collage bits, you know. This is from a daily calendar. This is from a different daily calendar. This right here is from another daily calendar, or yearly calendar, I should say. Some happy mail. This is from Loveland's Life. Magazine clippings, old stickers from sticker books. These are from Happy Mail. This is just a clip art thing. This says okay, well, wait a second. Let me go back. Okay, so this was Sunday, and I was feeling much better. I was still sick, obviously, and of course the cough and all that is like the last thing to go. So I had that for a couple weeks. But on this day, I felt well enough that I went ahead and filmed 5 videos this day. So I filmed my ramble session for Monday. I filmed a syllabus review. I filmed the beginning of February flip through, the end of February flip through, and my Collage Weekly Planner 13. So I was quite busy this day and on the computer a lot, uploading and all of that. So it was nice to get back in my room and film and all that kind of stuff. Big Handsome was watching basketball because, of course, it's March and March Madness and all that. And then, of course, I end every Sunday of mine with watching A Life Full of Meaning, and that is a British couple that live on a narrowboat over in the UK, and they do a weekly vlog. They do a daily vlog as well, but I like on Sunday they put it all together into one vlog, and it's just, that is how I relax and end my week. And yeah, I love watching that one. So I'll put the link below. So if you haven't checked out A Life Full of Meaning, it's a really great vlog. Lisa and Glenn seem to just be so darn sweet, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. And of course, you know, to watch where they live and their life on a narrow boat, it's just very interesting to me. So on this day here, I was back to work, and this thing up here says if teachers had IEPs, which are individual education plans, on-the-job drinking would be part of our accommodations and required by law. Gosh. So I hadn't been back to work, and oh my goodness. So yeah, I was feeling a bit better, but you know, like still had the residual cough and everything that I always get with every illness. I was busy all day between classes. Oh, and then I had to sub for the other class from lunchtime to dismissal because the doctor had an appointment. And so, yeah, it was a long day, but it went by quickly. High pain day for Big Handsome. And then when I got home, I just relaxed with TV and YouTube with my hubby. So let's see. And this is the other reason why I glue 3 pages together, like I said at the beginning. It's just, it makes the pages so sturdy. And then, of course, when I add all these bits of ephemera on here and glue things on, it makes it even more thick, and I just like the feeling of it. And I can use any kind of pens or anything on here, and nothing bleeds through. So that's what I really enjoy. Then on this day here, cough coming, excuse me, still have it. In class, I taught the little gemlets how to make old tape. And this is an idea I got from Junk Journal Shop, Johni, and I'll put her link below as well. She does a lot of beautiful vintage style junk journals, and they're just gorgeous. And she makes this tape, and you have to use, I don't know where it is. Let me see if I can find it really fast. I don't know how long this is going to go on. It's not that. Okay, it's back here in my drawer. Sorry for the reach. Okay, I got this, or my daughter got this at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so it's regular tape, but the key is that the tape can't be the frosted kind. It has to be the completely see-through kind. And then, I don't know where my bucket went. I think it's out in the other room. But I have those brown alcohol, not sprays, the alcohol ink dropper things. And so you just put the tape on a piece. I thought I had a piece around here somewhere. Here it is, right here. Okay, so you put the tape on a piece of wax paper or whatever, something that it won't stick to. So you put it on there, and then you just drop and spread out the alcohol ink, and then when you're done, it looks like that, right? Like old tape. And so the reason we were doing that, if you recall, in my daughter's class, they're making these Going West journals. I've helped them make them. They have coffee dyed paper. They're writing like 7 entries, I think, and it's about like they're pretending that they lived back in the mid 1800s and they were on the trip going west, you know, like going on the Oregon Trail or going on the California Trail or whatever. So they're having a lot of fun with those, and they really enjoy doing this tape. So that was a long story about tape. This right here, again, I don't have a lot to say on these pages because it's basically get up, go to work, come home from work, watch YouTube and TV. You know, that's what my days consist of. So this is from a yearly calendar, as is this. This is just a large piece of scrapbook paper. This is a large sticker from the Dollar Tree. Here's another sticker from the Dollar Tree. And I just wrote short day at work. But with so much to do, so many projects going on, yes. So, and normally I have a short day, but I ended up staying in my daughter's class late this day to teach some of the kids how to sew the signature into their Going West books. So they've done pretty much everything in the books. They coffee dyed their covers. I taught them the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so they sewed all their papers in. And yeah, they're having a really a really good time with it. And I'm just like super happy that I get to use some of my skills with the kids. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. And up and at him early, short day at work. This day too, came home and Big Handsome started cleaning in anticipation of his family coming. Yeah, so his mom, dad, sister, and her daughter were coming for the weekend. So when we got in, he said, I vacuumed everything and, you know, all that. And I was ever so grateful, let me tell you. He said, the only thing I haven't done is dusted because he can't stand to dust. I mean, like, let's be real, folks. Who does enjoy dusting? Probably nobody. And then he said, the only thing I didn't do is mop because I don't know how to use the steam mop, you know? So I said, well, if you don't know how to use it, let me take a few moments to show you. So I showed him how to use it, and then he ended up, I did tell him, I was like, just leave it there, I'll go ahead and mop. Now that you vacuumed everything, it's no big deal for me to mop it. But he went ahead and mopped it, so it was mopped the whole house, so it was very nice of him, and I didn't have to do it. All I had to do was dust. So then this day here, I got a very sweet happy mail from Mamie, my sweet friend Mamie, up in New York, and it was just lovely. And she sent me this here. I have her card in another book that I keep, and I also got a very sweet happy mail from my sweet sister Karen. These are some of the stickers and the washi tape and stuff like that. So sweet. My husband went and bought me some of my favorite flowers, the alströmerias, so I always put those in here. This background, I think somebody asked me about this background at some point. I don't know whether it was on Instagram or here on YouTube, but the background here, I do believe is, let me think. I probably did these in a journal with me at some point, I'm sure, but they are these, the Ecoline brush pens, okay? And what I do with these, let me see where my little thing went. What I do with these is I just squiggle them onto a glass plate, and then I get a water brush and use it like that and just use it as watercolor. Okay. So that's how I do that. So did that for both these pages. So got to work early. We were spring cleaning. When I got home this day, I dusted the entire house and all that. This was a Thursday. And my in-laws were coming on Friday, I think. Yes. Okay, so long work day, busy. Okay. This was like some of the kids, we were heading into spring break the next day, or like, yeah, Friday was the last day of school before spring break. And so I was getting packets ready because there were kids that were going to be quarantining if they were going out of town or getting on an airplane or any of that for spring break. They were required to quarantine, before coming back to class. So I had to get packets ready for them so that they could get on Zoom and all that kind of jazz. So I was super busy this day, super busy. Oh yeah, and about Mamie, like I loved how she did this. Like for Lent this year, instead of like giving something up, she decided to send Happy Mail out. So for every day of Lent. So I just thought that was a really great idea, and super sweet. And let's see. Oh yeah, we had terrible tornadoes and storms in the South, I think. Yeah, in the southern, ripped through the southern states. Wow. Yeah. And we had salad for dinner, and I watched Bones. And then this super shiny piece of paper or piece of cellophane came from a sweet child who gave my daughter and I a gift. And so I just tipped it in, right? Now, this part right here, this was interesting, and I'm glad it worked out okay-ish. Okay, so on the front here, it says, life is so much easier with a sense of humor. Yes, yes, it is. These are stickers from my sweet friend Karen. And then it says, spring break is just too long. I miss my students dearly, said no teacher ever. So I glued those things onto the back of this. This is a, whatchamacallit, a notepad, right? And then I sent the whole thing through my big Xyron machine, which I was given years ago by a subscriber, so thank you again. And just stuck it on the plastic, and it seems to have worked very well. So I'm so glad that that worked out. So then on this day, I remember this was the last day of school before spring break, and so my daughter and I rode into town together, and we stopped off at Sam's to have breakfast. So that was nice. And it was just a half a day at work. So it's like the longest half day like ever. Because it's just a party day, you know, and the kids are super excited, and, you know, we don't really do schoolwork or anything like that. I did help some of the kids sew more journals, so that was fun. And then we toured the first graders Rocks a Box and Cardboard Town. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. All the kids get together, and I know I've spoken on this before, but all the first graders, I guess it's a family thing maybe, but they get these huge like appliance boxes, and they make all these different like storefronts out of them, whether it's a church. One of them was an IHOP. One was a vet, I think. One was a dentist office. One was an army recruiting office. One was a beauty salon. Yeah, just so many different things. So cute. And so the whole school tours it, and they give like little things out, you know, like the dentist gave out toothbrushes and little stickers, and it is so adorable, and I'm so glad that I was able to see it this year. Yeah, so stinking cute. This came from the little gift that one of my students gave me. Oh, these are some stickers from the Roxaboxen thing. Little, like, whatever these are called. I always forget. Among Us stickers. This is like a little post-it note that one of the girls left on my desk that day. And then after work, which we only had a half a day, but after work, my daughter, me, the other fifth grade teacher, and one of the fourth grade teachers, we all went out to lunch together. So that was a lot of fun. And then when we got home, my in-laws were here. So that was nice. And we stayed up We had tuna melts that night and cheeseburger soup for dinner, and we stayed up really late catching up and chatting around the dining room table, and I just loved it. These are two of, like, yeah, some of my favorite pages. I really just enjoy doing a little bit of collage on, the sides or just the bottom or, whatever, and then filling in the rest. Now on this side are my recollections glittery crayons, and once you let them dry completely, I smear them on with a baby wipe, and once you dry them, once it dries completely, get your words out, Elizabeth, you can write over them with whatever. This happens to be a Tombow marker. So this was a Saturday. We spent the entire day by the pool. So lots of fun. And yeah, it was just really nice, I woke really tired because we had stayed up way late the night before, but I was not sorry. It was just really nice catching up and all of that. And yeah, we had a great time, great time together. We had turkey burgers for dinner. And then the youngins, which my sister-in-law, her daughter, my niece, my daughter, and I'm not sure if my son went or not. Yes, he did. My son did go. They all went to this like dessert food truck that they like to go to. So of course, my sister-in-law and niece hadn't ever been. So they did that at close to 10 o'clock at night. They were like, oh, do you want to go? I was like, no, it's way past my bedtime. So there was that. This day, or the background of this, are those Eco Line brush pens that I'm using now just as like watercolor. So this was Palm Sunday. And I woke up super tired again, but wouldn't change a thing because, obviously we had stayed up late the night before again. Big Handsome was in some serious pain this day. And then my in-laws were leaving this day. So Beauty Queen and her boyfriend went out in his boat. Big Handsome cooked us all a nice breakfast, and the family left to go back before noon. So I filmed my videos for the next day, just in case, which in this case was just a ramble session. And then this is the day I actually ordered the pack of Ecoline brush pens. But because I'm always behind in my book, I had not... I used them here, but I had not even ordered them on this day. Like, I hadn't even gotten them on this day. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway. And then on this day, too, I was contemplating, like, getting another book for journaling. I'm still on the fence about that. I am the type of person that likes journaling in the same type of book, So I don't know how that's going to go. I still, to this day, don't know how that's going to go. I did catch Emmylou Arts live. I do believe it was live. Yeah, I caught her live. So I wasn't feeling so great. I was a bit potsy this day. And then I watched some Bones and basketball with Big Handsome. And then I went to bed. And of course, it was Sunday. So what is Sunday? A life full of meaning before I drifted off to sleep. So there's that. This is the day that I received my Ecoline brush pens. So here is the packaging. I just tipped it in. And on this day here, we went down to the Keys on this day because we were on spring break. So is this coming off? Of course it is. Why does it do that? These stickers, granted, they're super old, They're from the... I don't know, Happy Planner or whatever, and I guess they're just old and don't stick very well, which is really annoying. Anyway, so this day, yeah, the background here is just a takeout menu from Chan Garden, because my husband wanted some soup and stuff. My husband and I headed down to the Keys. I think our daughter came later this evening. We went to our regular haunts, Publix, Bell's. Before I left, I filmed my Collage Weekly Planner week 14. We went to the Dollar Tree where I got these cute little sloth Post-it note things. Here are the fortunes from the fortune cookies. This pineapple's from Sweet Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. These mermaids I got at the Dollar Tree, and these are more rub-ons from the Dollar Tree. And I got this pineapple tape from Allison as well. So Woke this morning. We just kind of took our time. We weren't really in a hurry. My husband was in high pain again. So yeah, I went ahead and filmed before we left. And yeah. Oh, and then when we got down there, we realized that our neighbors had sold their house. I mean, I don't know. We knew they were trying to sell their house, but then it was off the market. And then, yeah, we drive up and the new owners had tore out all the foliage around the perimeter of their yard, which was really sad because I really liked all that foliage. But I guess they're going to put up a privacy fence or something. But my husband did meet them, and they're just a young couple with a young lad, and but very nice. So anyway, home to relax and binge watch Bones. And oh, I wasn't feeling all that great either, but I binge watched Mom of Two Minions on YouTube, and that was just a lot of fun. She was doing journal flips and stuff like that. So she's Fong on one of the groups I belong to. So if I pronounce that correctly, my dear. So I'll put her link below as well. And then on this day here, look at all this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This was my spring break and I was determined to do nothing, which is pretty much what I did. And so I had some me time on our balcony and I binge watched all of these YouTube channels, and my husband and I had some discussions about the selling of Big Handsome's Hideaways. So yes, it was up for sale. It still is up for sale, to my knowledge. And yeah, we were just talking about it. And so on my YouTube history for today was I watched AJ's Inspired Life. I watched Kathy Berg and Colleen, which is the scrap chick. Here on YouTube, I watched Dana Marie's Flip Through. I popped on to Keisha's Creations to watch one of her lives just for a short while. I watched Roman Atwood vlogs. I watched Emmy Lou Arts. I watched Mrs. Gigi. I watched Joel and Leah. They are a UK duet. They're just a young duet that does a lot of America versus the UK, and it's really interesting and super funny. So I watched that. I watched Johanna Clough, a bit of her, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a journal with me. I watched The Jersey Crafter, of course, because whenever Laura's on, I watch her. I watched Miss Lennox 2010, which was super cool. She was doing like a storybook. It could have been a hop. Maybe there was a hop this day. And she was doing like this storybook that's super cool. I'll leave her link below. And also I was watching Nova Scotia Living, which I pretty much watch Nova Scotia Living every night. If she puts out a video, I'm watching it because I just really enjoy her vlogging. And yeah, quite the list, right? I mean, from live sales to art videos to journaling videos to journal flip throughs to vlogs of just people. Yeah, lots of different videos and people I like to watch on YouTube. And then later in the evening, I relax with Big Handsome and we binge watch Bones. So yes, totally lazy day and evening. And then I watched, our daughter left to go visit her friend over in Fort Myers this day. Yeah, again, like on this page here, I know I'm almost done, but on this page here, I didn't have like this stuff here and this stuff up here. I just had this sad watercolor here. I was just messing around one day. And so I just covered a bunch of it up with random stickers and up here. Yeah, that's what I did for that day. And then on this day here, I'm just telling you that because I think I did these, like you've seen these a lot recently. So without anything on them, and now I finally finished. So these were some little memes that I had gotten offline, magazine clipping. This is just a space taker-upper from a yearly calendar, old stickers, and then I did use for writing, which really worked out well, I think, these glitter markers from the Dollar Tree. I really enjoy them. So yeah, I did absolutely nothing today. I was using up washi tape that I had in my stash, using up stickers, Yeah, did absolutely nothing and enjoyed every minute. So Big Handsome went to the store, and I was gonna work on my pages to get some of these pages completed, but that didn't happen. Instead, I finished gluing my April pages together in my book. So there is the end of March. Here is the beginning of April. This is one of Emmylou Art's little Weezettes that is so adorable. So anywho, yeah, that's it. So sorry this was so long, but I do thank you for sticking it out, and thank you for joining me on this flip through. I really appreciate your time. So yeah, don't forget I have flip throughs, you know, on my channel if you go to playlists. So you go to playlists, click flip throughs, and there's a whole mess of them, okay, for you to watch at your leisure if you want to. Otherwise, don't be bashful. Go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notified the next time a video of mine comes out, which is usually every day of the work week. So yes, again, thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, a great rest of your week, and I'll talk at y'all real soon. Bye for now.